Hey guys, this is Matt NES, and Nintendo just dropped a bomb on all of us. Yesterday they announced they're going to be doing a Nintendo Direct, and today I watched it. Yeah, I was not expecting a Nintendo Direct to come this soon in the month, but here we are. So today we're going to discuss what happened in this Direct. I'm not going to go over every single little detail, especially for games that, we already kind of know about and they didn't really give any new information on. So with all that out of the way, why don't we get into my thoughts on the September Nintendo Direct. Alright, let's check it out. So the show opens up with Overwatch. Yes, Overwatch is coming to the Nintendo Switch. Of course, we already kind of knew about this thanks to the leak of some Nintendo Switch products that have the Overwatch symbol on them. Me personally, I'm not too interested in this game myself, but I know this is a super important game to have on the Switch. People have been suggesting this game for a long time. I doubt that the game is going to run at 60 frames per second like most other shooters do on the Switch, but this is a game that everyone that's owned a Switch so far has been wanting on it so far. Again, not for me, but I know this is an important title to have on the Switch. Next up is Luigi's Mansion 3. We got a few more details on this game, including a new game mode, which is going to be a new competitive local multiplayer thing, along with the Scare-Scraper that they announced at the Nintendo Direct at E3. It looks vaguely interesting, but I'm not sure if it's something that I'm going to be booting up all the time, but, this game's just getting more and more features added to it, so it's looking pretty good so far. They also showed off a few new levels for the game. There's a new pirate restaurant theme, which is kind of out there, but it seems kind of cool. There's also a new disco level, which is also kind of weird and out there. They also revealed that the game was going to be coming out on October 31st, which honestly I probably would have preferred to have the game come out a couple weeks before Halloween, but whatever, I think it works. Next, they showed Kirby Clash, which is a free-to-play or free-to-start, as Nintendo calls it, game. It's like a multiplayer RPG Kirby thing that has microtransactions. I don't know if that's your thing. I guess you could play it, but it's something that doesn't really interest me. But hey, a new Kirby game, I guess. Next up was one of the games that I feel like was one of the major highlights for this Direct. They showed off more Trials of Mana. This game is looking really, really good. They showed off the English voice acting for the first time, and man, it's looking so much better than the Secret of Mana remake that was released for PlayStation 4. It's such a huge step up from that game, it's not even funny. Unfortunately, this game is not coming out until next year at some point. I think they said April, which is a little disappointing, but, the more time they need to work on this game, the better it's going to ultimately become. So I can definitely wait a little bit longer for this game, but honestly, this is like top 3 announcements for this Direct for me. So next we got to see a little bit more of Game Freak's new game called Town, which is now being remade to Little Town Hero. It definitely seems like it's a lot more fleshed out. It's looking cute. It's a turn-based RPG that takes place in one town. They're talking about, you come up with different ideas to save the town. It's very puzzle-based from what I can tell. But one of the stranger things that they ended up announcing about this game is that the music composer for this game is turned out to be Toby Fox of Undertale fame. Yes, the creator of Undertale is doing the music for this game. Seriously, this kid has definitely gone a long way from making a game in his room in Game Maker and posting it on the internet to now working on a game with Game Freak, the creators of freaking Pokemon. I just think that's amazing that Toby has gotten this far in his career in just a short amount of time. But yes, Little Town Hero looks interesting, and I'll probably pick it up. I might have to see some reviews on it, but, we'll see. And then they moved on to Super Smash Bros. We got not 1, not 2, but 3 different announcements for Super Smash Bros. First up, we got a confirmation that Banjo-Kazooie is dropping in Super Smash Bros. Today, as per the recording of this video. I have yet to try him myself. I'm actually really itching to give him a shot, especially after watching Sakurai showed how the character was going to play and everything like that. It looks really exciting and totally up my alley and totally my playstyle. So I'm actually itching to get this video done so I can play Banjo-Kazooie right away in Super Smash Bros. We also got an announcement for the next Smash character that's going to be coming out a little bit later in the fall. And yes, it looks like the leaks were true. Terry Bogard from Fatal Fury is coming to Super Smash Bros. And I guess the internet's not happy about this, but I don't care. I am super jazzed about it. As a fighting game fan, I am super happy to see Terry make it into Super Smash Bros. Having this confirmed is definitely, like, again, top 3 contender for announcements in this Direct today. But that's not all for the Smash news. They have confirmed that after the 5th character has been revealed for this current Fighters Pass, that more characters will be coming in Super Smash Bros. Later on. Nintendo themselves haven't actually confirmed the fact that another Fighters Pass is coming, but I think we could probably say that another Fighters Pass is coming. At least that's my interpretation. That's what I'm gonna glean from this. So yes, all in all, my Smash Cup runneth over, but we're not even halfway done yet. So after that avalanche of Smash news, they announced that Tokyo Mirage Sessions, Sharp FE, I can't say that word, is coming to Nintendo Switch. This is one that I never thought would ever get a port from the Wii U, but I guess Nintendo just loves porting things from the Wii U to the Switch, so yeah, Tokyo Mirage Sessions is coming to Nintendo Switch, so that's exciting, right? I never got a chance to play it, so maybe I'll end up picking this one up. So the next announcement's not something that I'm personally interested in, but I feel like it's too important to not mention. Deadly Premonitions 2 is coming to the Nintendo Switch. And to my knowledge, this game has never been announced for anything, and I think as of right now, it's an exclusive for the Nintendo Switch, which is kind of weird because this game was originally released on the Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3. They also announced that the first game in the series is coming to Nintendo Switch as well, which is always good. I've heard that this game series is very bizarre. Like, it's basically a horror game, but it has a lot of, like, weird Twin Peaks-esque content in it, like just very weird and bizarre dialogue and imagery and stuff like that, and I've heard that this is a cult classic game. I've never really been interested in it myself, but I know a lot of people definitely are, so yeah, Deadly Premonitions 2 is coming to Nintendo Switch, as strange and bizarre as that is. This is another one that I myself am not too interested in myself, but again, I feel like it's too cool of an announcement to not mention it, because there's a lot of people, I'm sure, out there who are extremely excited to hear about this stuff. But one of the guys from Bethesda came on to the Direct and announced that Doom 64 is coming to the Nintendo Switch. From what I understand, this version of Doom is apparently a rearranged version of the original game, where the original game was supposed to be really super fast-paced with, like, synthesized metal music and stuff like that. This game is supposed to be a lot more atmospheric, a lot more dark, creepy kind of tone to it or whatever, with completely brand new levels. All I know is that Doom superfans are a really big fan of the Nintendo 64 version of Doom, and I'm sure that this announcement made a lot of Doom fans happy. So next up, we got a few more details on Pokemon Sword and Shield. They showed off some advanced trainer customization, they showed off a couple new Pokemon, they showed off some curry cooking stuff. I gotta be honest, this stuff that they showed off today, not super exciting to me at all. Don't get me wrong, I'm still pretty excited for Pokemon Sword and Shield, but I don't know, it was just the stuff today, it didn't really do a whole lot for me, but I mean, I had to mention Pokemon because they showed it off today, and the game's going to be coming out pretty soon. So yeah, they showed off a few new things, but it was kind of underwhelming in my opinion. So then we go from one kind of underwhelming announcement to the next. SNES games are coming to Nintendo Online! Yay! I guess. They're coming at no additional charge, and 10 games are going to be released on day one, which is cool, but I don't know, native voice chat, achievements, messaging your friends, is any of that stuff coming Nintendo? I feel like Nintendo doesn't really have their priorities straight when it comes to their online. I don't know. SNES games, cool, I guess. They're coming. Whatever. A little underwhelming again. The next announcement was something a little bit more exciting than the last couple too. Star Wars Jedi Knight 2, which originally was a PC-only game, is coming to the Nintendo Switch. I've heard pretty good things about these games, and if there's a physical version being offered, I'm actually considering getting this game for myself. So yeah, Jedi Knight 2 coming to Switch. Pretty exciting, I suppose. So next up is a thing that, once again, I'm personally not into, but I know a lot of Nintendo fans are looking forward to this game. They talk a little bit more about Animal Crossing. They show off more details on how the whole deserted island thing is going to work. There's a crafting system. There's a new money system along with the original currency, which is bells. They're also going to have Nook Miles, which I'm not exactly sure what that whole thing is going to tie into, but that's interesting, I suppose. You get a phone that helps you do things, I guess, that it keeps track of your crafting recipes and stuff. Yeah. Again, Animal Crossing fans are probably going nuts over this stuff, but, you know, for me, I'm just kind of shrugging. Whatever. Not for me, but you guys might like it. The last announcement for the Nintendo Direct was that we are getting an HD version of the first Xenoblade Chronicles game. This is actually a little exciting. I've never got a chance to play these games before. I don't own a copy of the original Xenoblade Chronicles, and I've been wanting to dabble in this series for a long time, but I've just never had an opportunity to until now. Having an HD version of the game on the Switch would be a very convenient way for me to finally give this series a try. So while I don't really feel like this announcement was something to leave the Direct off with a bang, I still think this ended on a relatively high note. So yeah, I'm pretty excited for Xenoblade Chronicles 1 Remastered. So there you have it. That was my thoughts on the September Nintendo Direct. I think there were some ups and some downs. I don't think it was one of my more favorite Directs that Nintendo's offered up in recent history, but I thought it was still pretty positive. There was some good stuff there that I would call this ultimately a success. But what do you guys think? Why don't you guys let me know in the comments what your favorite part about this Nintendo Direct? And as always, if you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button. And if you want to be notified of future videos, make sure to also hit the bell notification icon to be notified of future videos. And if you want to help out the channel even more, leaving a like would be good, and maybe follow me on Twitter. Links down below in the description. But most of all, I want to thank you guys so much for watching the video. I'll catch you next time.